This is the spot where I stand on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. But it sure feels better standing here after the dinner we had than on Yom Kippur afternoon starting the Gala. A DEA officer stopped at a ranch in Texas, and he talked with the old rancher. He told the old rancher, "I need to inspect your ranch for illegally grown drugs." The rancher said, "Okay, but don't go into that field over there." The DEA officer verbally exploded, saying, "Mister, I have the authority of the federal government." Sticks his hand in his back pocket, pulls out his badge, and he says, "Do you know what this badge means? I am allowed to go wherever I wish. No questions asked. Do you understand?" The rancher nods. He goes on to his chores. A short while later, the old rancher hears loud screams. He looks up and he sees the DA officer running for his life. The rancher's bull is chasing after him and he's screaming, "Help, help, help me!" The officer was clearly terrified. The rancher throws down his tools, runs to the fence, and he screams to the top of his lungs, "Your badge, your badge! Show the bull your badge!" I guess I won't be replacing David Levy. Here's a story I want to share with you that I recently read. A young and successful executive at Morgan Stanley was traveling down a neighborhood street, going a bit too fast in his brand new Jaguar. He was watching what seemed to him to be some kids darting out into the street. But as he slowed down, he saw nothing. But suddenly, from where he thought the kids were, a brick came flying out and hit the side door of his brand new Jag. He slams the brakes, jumps out of the car, grabs the nearest kid, pushes him up against the car, says, "What do you guys think you're doing over here? What was this all about? Who are you? This is going to cost you big." The young boy was apologetic. He says, "Please, please, mister, please. I'm sorry, but I didn't know what else to do. I threw the brick because no one else would stop." With tears dripping down his face, he says, "You see, my brother right over here, I was pushing him in his wheelchair, and he fell out. He's too heavy for me to pick him up himself, but no one would stop. So I had to throw the brick to get someone's attention. Please, would you give me a hand and help me lift my brother back into his wheelchair?" The driver tried to swallow the rapidly swelling lump in his throat. He helped the little boy lift his brother back into his wheelchair. He took out a linen handkerchief and dabbed the fresh scrapes and cuts. "Thank you, may God bless you," said the little boy. Too shook up for words, he simply watched as the little boy pushed his brother in the wheelchair down the sidewalk towards their home. It was a long, slow walk back to his Jaguar. The damage was very noticeable, but the driver never bothered to repair the dent in the side of his door. He kept that there to remind him, don't go through life so fast that someone has to throw a brick at you to get your attention. This is what we do here at Chabad. We are educating our youth to care about what is important in life, not about the badge that they might have in the pocket. To recognize the God-given soul that everyone has inside them, which gives them infinite power to do good. Instilling in them passion to care for another human being, for someone in need, to see the God-given good that is in everything and everyone. And yes, everyone has good. Sometimes it just takes time to reveal. Think about this. Just a few years ago, 3,000 years to be exact, Pharaoh was the epitome of evil, enslaving and torturing the Jews. Moses comes to Pharaoh and says, "Let the Jews of Egypt go." And Pharaoh replies, "No, no, no." Well, how things have changed. This weekend, the Jew from Egypt at the Belmont racetrack was telling the Pharaoh, "Go, go, go." You see, even Pharaoh can be rehabilitated. But how did this happen? This happened by adding the word American. American Pharaoh. You see, America was established on the foundations of goodness, of kindness, that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When you add these values, aha, it's a whole new Pharaoh. Many people complain about teens, get irritated from teens, seeing them as takers with nothing to offer until they grow up. However, the truth is that society's outlook is the root of the problem. It's a vicious cycle. How can anyone expect anything different when we refuse to give our teens any responsibility? With C-Teen, we've created a club that harnesses the incredible potential that teens have, empowers them to take on leadership roles, to believe in themselves and their ability to change the world for good, to be a shining light with positive energy, with the insight of Torah and mitzvahs. So the truth is, I'm not a horse racing fan at all. But like many, I got caught up in the hype of American Pharaoh winning the Triple Crown. And I was thinking, Baal Shem Tov Tat, that everything one encounters is a lesson in their service to God. So I was looking here for the lesson. So reading up a bit, I found that Mr. Zayat, the Jewish owner of the horse, was just a few years ago in bankruptcy with serious financial problems. And he was trying to sell the horse. But then he got some good advice which he followed. Sell your house, but don't sell your horse. He listened, so his horse won the Triple Crown. I knew I found the lesson. Sell your house, don't sell your horse. Your house represents your comfort zone, where you come to relax, to kick off your shoes, sit down on the couch, and watch TV. Your horse represents your drive to go out and run, to conquer, to go out of your comfort zone and chase down a person in need. Your horse is your drive not to rest, but to act, to campaign, to make a difference. This is what we are teaching here, our youth at Chabad. Sell your home, don't sell your horse. We are instilling in them the drive, the passion, the commitment to make a difference in the world around them, with the love, light, and guiding force of Torah and mitzvahs.